sorry about that, guys. All right. Hi, everyone. It's Miss Pariso. If you wanted help, this is to go through volume of spheres, and this is going to go along with the worksheet that I handed out on Wednesday. Okay? So that is this worksheet right here. If you feel comfortable, completing this on your own without watching the video, you're like, I get how to use the formula, I get it, got it good, by all means, skip the video, you're good to go. I am going to go ahead and do A, B, and C, and that way you can check in and kind of check that as a point of reference to make sure you're showing the right steps and showing the work that I'm looking for. All right? So you'll be able to check and the answer key should be posted on the front board and the back board for you to take a look at. Okay? So you have these 3 problems here, and then some more like analyzing problems on the back. Okay? Just in case you didn't know, this is 9 for the height of this shape and 9 centimeters for the height of this shape. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, I will say for this, I'm going to have a tendency, I prefer, in this case, to set it up that way. Same thing. You do whatever floats your boat. I just like to deal with my fraction part at the end. Okay? All right, and like I said in geometry, first thing is always just state your observations. So I see that I have a sphere. Okay, and I see that my radius is 5 inches. All right? You're going to follow your steps. Again, I want to see the formula. I want to see the substitution. Your calculator is there to help you out with the math part, but other than that, you should be showing your steps. And the most important part is, well, 2 parts. Don't round until the very end after you've hit the pi key, if you needed to. Okay? So rounding is the last thing. All right? Remember, pi is for dessert. You cannot push the pi key until you finish your dinner, i.e. finish the calculations. Okay, so we have a sphere, so we're going to go ahead and start with the formula. We're going to use substitution to fill in what we know. All right? Now, in the calculator, we'll show you the nice part about working with this. If you're watching the videos, you get to see some shortcuts on the calculator. Okay? If you, instead of doing, yes, could you just do 5 times 5 times 5? Yes. If you'd like to see the shortcut, this button right here, this little caret, means you're raising it to a power. So if I wanted 5 to the 3rd power, 5, caret button, 3rd power, and we can see it enters it as an exponent. All right, and you hit enter. And there you go. Okay? So there we have that math. I'm going to go ahead and take care of 4 times 125 is 500. All right, I'm going to pause right there. That's where I'm going to stop, because now I want to answer in 2 different ways. I want to answer in terms of pi. Well, I know 3 doesn't go into 500 evenly. Okay, so go ahead and divide by 3. And now at this time, it doesn't tell you where to round your numerical part of your answer. Remember, if it's answering in terms of pi, pi stays in your answer. So pi is staying there. For precision's sake, I just say go to the hundredths. So I'm going to do 166.67. Keep the pi. We were too full from all our calculations. Okay? And then don't forget our units. Our units were inches, so it's inches cubed. Okay? If I was asked to do this round to the hundredths, I've already put in my calculator 500 divided by 3. I got this. I can, actually, let's just clear it out, just so I don't confuse you. So let's go back to our original. So 500 divided by 3, but then we're going to multiply all of that by pi. Okay? And there's my answer. But again, I want to round to the hundredths. So if I look to the right, again, 8, that's going to bump that 9 up to a 10. So I'm actually going to get 523 6/10 inches cubed. Right? Okay, if you want to go ahead and pause the video and try B on your own, by all means, go ahead and do that. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and pause and start doing some of the work and let you check in. All right, so I've gone ahead and done the first part. Well, not the first part, like all of it, except for the final answer. Observations. I have a whole sphere. The information given to me was the diameter, so I needed to divide that by 2 to get the radius. Formula, showed my substitution, showed what my exponent equaled, did my math. When I put it into the calculator, I didn't get any repeating, so I went ahead and left it as a whole number. So technically right now, I'm done. I've written my answer in terms of pi, so I just have to carry that down. 972 pi, and throw on my units. My units are yards cubed. And then for rounding to the hundredths, 972 times pi, hit enter. Now, reminder, if you get this, okay, it means that your mode is not set up correctly. However, instead of going through all those steps, you can simply go to this button right here, and it'll change it into a decimal for you, okay? All right, so we see that here that I have 3,053, and that's going to round to 63 hundredths, and that'll be yards cubed. All right? Okay, we kind of talked, in each class, I was able to at least kind of mention this. Now, period 6, probably not, because we had the fire drill. So anyway, again, making your observations. Notice in the other two, we had spheres. This is half of a sphere, or a hemisphere. Again, I'm not using the vocabulary here because I want to see that it's half of a sphere. All right, I was given the radius, so that's 6. Now I'm going to start with my formula. It's 4/3 pi r cubed, but that's the formula for a whole sphere. I only want half of it. So I need to remember that at the end, I need to take that and just divide it by 2. Now, if you know that that just means it's really 4/6, okay? Reason being, let me just flip this card over here. When you divide by 2, it's the same as multiplying by 1/2. So 4/3 times 1/2 is 4/6 pi r cubed. And 4/6 simplifies to 2/3 pi r cubed. Okay, so if you can see all that and you get that, and you want to write it that way, and that makes you happy, go ahead. All right, if not, if you're like, what did you just say? Just remember that you have to divide your final answer by 2 to get the volume. Alrighty? Okay, so go ahead and pause the video, and let's see if we come up with the same answer. Alright, let's take a look at your work. So I continued on with the idea that at the very end I was going to divide by 2. So when I did my dividing by 3, I found out I got a whole number, so I don't have to worry about all this rounding nonsense. So all I have to do is do 288, treat this like a variable. Just do 288 divided by 2. So I get 144 pi centimeters cubed. So that, because 288 is if it were a full sphere. But since we divide by 2, it's for half a sphere. Alright? Now, in this one case, we can go ahead and divide by 2 before we actually hit the pi key. Alright, so we're just going to basically take this number, we're going to do 144 times pi, the pi key, the pi button, and you get 452, and it's 0.389, so it's going to be 39 hundredths centimeters cubed. Alright, so that's the kind of work I'm looking for you to show, and you only have 2 more problems there on the back that are dealing with spheres. So make sure that you read them carefully, and you show all the necessary work. If you feel you need more work, more space to show your work, by all means, just get a separate sheet of paper. Okay? Alright, we'll touch base on Friday and see how you guys did.